It is that time of year when my wife finds out what I bought for her to give me this Christmas. Golf clubs, I hope. The older I get, the more I am convinced that memory and smell are linked. I love the smell of Christmas. Sugar cookies baking, fireplace crackling, burnt turkey sizzling. I love the taste of Christmas too. Smashed potatoes, mandarin oranges, buttered yams, fresh dirt from one of my brother Tim's incoming snowballs. Ah! Each year my grandfather came to visit, and that year I sneaked into his room while he was snoring, reached past a cup of water that held his false teeth, which I think were still moving if I recall. I stole an entire box of chocolates, locked myself in the bathroom, and ate both layers. I can still taste that chocolate. I can still feel that strap. Few spankings were worth it. This was one of them. It made me wonder if sometimes you're almost better off asking for forgiveness than permission. Each December morning, my sister Ruth and I would wrap ourselves in a blanket and sit on a toasty warm living room heat vent, coveting toys from the Sears catalog. Just behind our head was an electrical outlet. December was so cold in those primitive times that frost had crawled right through the wall and the electrical outlet. Kid you not. Next to it was a steel doorknob. The day before, my brother Tim took me aside. He said, "Lick it." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because it's interesting. And you want to do interesting things if you're going to live an interesting life." I said, "What does it taste like?" "Remember the battery you licked last summer?" he said. "It's bigger than that. You'll love it." Ah, ha, ha, ha. Did you ever do that? Then he pulled a shiny quarter from his pocket. "I'll give you this," he said. It was a quarter. It would buy more candy than a kid could eat. So I opened my mouth and I slapped my tongue on that doorknob. Ha! It stayed there. I said, "Help! Help!" Tim grabbed a pitcher of water and dumped it on my head. He's a Baptist minister now, so I think he was practicing. He was right. I never forgot the taste of that doorknob. Otherwise, I was a reasonably bright chap. I was. We sat there warming our tiny little backsides, and my sister pointed to certain toys in that catalog. "What do they do?" she asked. Well, I usually didn't have a clue, so I made stuff up. That doll's head just wobbles side to side and then it just pops right off. Pooh! She said, "Wow." She was so impressed at my knowledge. I think she still is. One page held a dream for me. It was a yellow-handled bow with real suction cup arrows, genuine. If only I could pull the wrapping off that, I told my sister, my Christmas would be perfect. Oh, she shook her head. When I told my brother Tim, he said, "You kidding? After what you did to Grandpa's chocolates, you'll be lucky to get a hand-me-down toothbrush this year." Oh, and deep down, for the first time in my life, I dreaded Christmas. Still, I showed that bow and arrow to my dad. $10.99, he winced. "You want to put us in the poorhouse?" Well, I wasn't sure. I was willing for that. I wondered what the poorhouse would look like. What would we do there? Would Grandpa visit? Would he bring chocolates? December 25th drew near. I scanned this growing pile beneath the tree. Nothing. A shiny green package near the back was the right size. So late at night, while everyone was sleeping, I shook it. And I looked at the name tag. Ruth. Ah! It was my sister's. Most of them seemed to be hers. I squeezed the ones that said Philip. They felt like practical gifts. Socks, deodorant, underwear, things you don't tell your friends about on Boxing Day. On our next Take 5, I'm going to tell you the rest of that story because it's unforgettable to me and hopefully to you. I think you're going to laugh. Till then, remember two things. Put Jesus at the very center this Christmas. And if you don't have Christmas in your heart, you ain't going to find it under the tree. You want to help make stories of hope and joy available around the world? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video today.